guys, we are in our third day, and right now some troubleshooting is going on. After that, we'll see our class. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, did you go to Virtual Network Editor?
Yes, sir. It's there. I have to see the screen.
I can't see that. I guess you have only shared.
Just a minute. Okay. 1 minute. I'll just.
Yeah.
What about?
Yeah. Click on Change Settings below corner. Yeah, click on Change
Yes.
Settings.
Yes.
Okay. You can see VNet, VMNet 0 is breezed, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Come to
Yes.
this bridging section, breeze 2. It's automatic given here. Click on that automatic, not there.
Yeah. Here.
Click on that and select your wireless adapter.
Wireless adapter is.
I guess this Qualcomm is the wireless adapter in your case, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Select that one and click on apply and OK.
Yeah.
Now try pinging.
No, I'm still not able to ping.
Go to adapter. Inside the PC, go to adapter setting. Disable and enable it. Go to first of all, go to details. Okay, disable and enable it.
Should I be doing the same to the server also? The another client?
Yeah, do it. And please make sure that firewalls are off. Make sure firewalls are off on both the devices. Below you can see Windows Defender firewall is there. No. Below you can see, right? Go to same thing where it was. Security under the security. Firewall. Yeah, turn it off. Click on turn off. Yeah, both. Do it on both the PCs. Below you can see directly below. Yeah. Go to turn off Windows. In your PC, are you using any antivirus and all?
No, sir, just Windows Defender. This is completely a virtual system, right? So it wouldn't be a problem.
Ping now.
Yes, I'm getting the. Oh, got it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Stop your sharing.
Yeah.
Anyone else having any issues, problems? Okay. So guys, today we are going to understand what's a VLAN attack. Okay. Do you guys have any idea, like at VLAN, what type of attacks can be done? In CCNA or any other classes, have you seen what's a VLAN attacks at layer 2? Any idea? Okay, no idea. At VLAN attacks, we have two types of attacks actually. Okay, that comes under the VLAN hopping. Okay, so what is VLAN hopping? You have to understand. It's a method of attacking networked resources on a VLANs. The basic concept behind all VLAN hopping attacks is for an attacking the host VLAN to gain access to a traffic on the other VLANs that would normally not be accessible. So for example, here if you see, the host is in VLAN 10 and the target is in VLAN 20. So the attacker might come from VLAN 10 to VLAN 20 to perform the attack, right? So basically VLAN hopping can be done through double tagging also. I can use a double tagging. Such type of attack is basically called as a double tagging. Or the attacker might do switch spoofing itself. Now, what is switch spoofing? See, spoofing the entire switch itself is called switch spoofing. So two types of attacks I can do at layer 2 with the VLANs and with the switch. Okay. One is like switch spoofing, another is like double tagging. Okay. So VLAN hopping is basically done by the double tagging. What is double tagging? We'll understand that. Before that, we have to understand what is switch hopping or switch. We have to understand what's basically a switch spoofing. Okay, then we'll understand double tagging. Okay, so tell me, guys, any idea about what is switch spoofing? Last time we discussed what is spoofing, right? So based on that, can you tell me what could be switch spoofing? What is switch spoofing? See, I would spoof the entire information. It's like I will gain the entire access of the switch itself. So I might be connecting a PC who might be acting like another switch. Okay. Now, for example, if I talk about switching concept, I have two different switches. In what case, both the switches can communicate all the informations with each other. All the VLANs informations will be carried through which type of link? It's a trunk link. So between this switch, we'll have a trunk link, right? So by default, what mechanism is running on the switches that enables the trunking on both the switches? What is enabled by default on the switch? Switch port. Oh God. You guys go and learn CCNA first. Will your access port give a multiple VLANs access? Then why do you say access port? By default, it's access port, or by default, DTP is running. Yesterday, didn't you see? Like I directly tried applying bot security at the interface. It didn't allow me to apply. Why? Because DTP was running, dynamic trunking protocol was running, isn't it? So what did I do? I made it manually access port. So again, I'm repeating. Is your interface by default in access mode? No, it's not. By default, what is running? DTP. Now that's the reason why what happens, one side, if you enable a DTP, automatically the other side DTP gets enabled, isn't it? One side, if you say trunk, the other side automatically trunking happens, right? Yes or no? In a switch, you have seen, right? One side you do a trunking, other side automatically trunking happens, right? Why? Why is that happening? By default, DTP is running, dynamic trunking protocol. So what should be done in that case to prevent your switch from such type of attack? Now, first of all, what type of attack will be performed? Now, let's say, for example, in a switch, one of the interface, one attacker is connected. What is that attacker's name, guys? Tell me. Tell me attacker's name. Tell me any name. See, you'll not say your name, right? Okay, this is Atul. He is attacker. Right, Atul? You are attacker. This is my G0 by 1 interface. And this is like G0 by 0 on both these sides, which is actually a trunking. This is my trunk interface. Now, on this interface, by default, the DTP is running. So what this attacker is going to do on his PC, he is going to run any application, okay? And through that application, what he will do, he will turn on his interface as a trunk. By using some software, there are multiple tools that I can use to perform the attack. Few I'll show you today. Okay. What he'll do, by using some software, he'll make his site as a trunking. So what will happen now? If he makes this PC as a trunk, then what will happen on the switch side? Tell me. What will happen on the switch side? Correct. It means this port will become as a trunk port, right? So if this is trunk means what? Let's say if there is one guy connected here on some port like G0 by 2, some guy is connected. If he sends any information here, right? In that case, if it is a trunk, then what will happen? The packet will go to the other switch also, right? This guy is actually working like a switch. Now let's say if there is if there are two tags, like I belong to, I have a data, and that data has one inner tag as a VLAN 20, right? And it has a outer tag. It has a outer tag as a VLAN 10. So whenever this, anyone will send a packet here at this particular interface, let's say it's a G0 by 3 interface. someone sending a data, any information, first of all, your switch will look into the outer header, outer VLAN tagging, right? At the outer VLAN tagging, when it finds, then the packet will come to VLAN 10, right? On the switch 1. One switch can remove only one tag, okay? After that, it will, after removing the first tag, it will find there is another tag. It means it has to go through the trunk link to the other switch. So as this switch is connected here as a trunk link, the same way this PC will also act like a trunk link. So information will come here as well, isn't it? Or any VLANs information having on the switch 1, don't you think all the VLANs information will come on the this PC also, which is acting like a switch? Now let's say if it is in server and the client mode, then what will happen? All the VLANs information will come to a switch 1 as well, isn't it? The same way, what I can basically get is I can get the entire information of the switch via trunk link. I can gather all the informations. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. This is called switch spoofing. Spoofing the entire information of the switch with the help of what? With the help of trunking. So do you think in a real time you should keep your interfaces in a DTP mode to have such type of attacks? So how do you prevent such type of attacks? How do you prevent yourself? I mean, like, how do you prevent your switches? Whatever unnecessary ports you have, unnecessary in the sense unused ports, whatever unused ports you have, you should put those ports into access mode, right? Or you should put that in the access mode, and then first of all, when you put that port in access mode, DTP is disabled. When DTP is disabled, no one can turn on the trunking on that particular interface. Moreover, what you can do, unused ports you should keep in administratively shutdown mode. Am I clear? How would you prevent such type of the switch spoofing attack? First of all, interface is in the access mode. Other thing, you should shut down the interfaces. You should not keep those interfaces up. So that was the switch spoofing itself. Now let's understand what's double tagging. In this double tagging, what happens? Let's say there is an attacker, right? This double tagging is like it's a VLAN hopping attack. In this VLAN hopping, I'm doing a double tagging attack. In a double tagging, you can see attacker is in a VLAN 10 and my destination workstation is in VLAN 20, and there is a trunking between these two switches, right? On the other switch, workstation is connected in the VLAN 20, and the attacker is connected on the switch 1 or switch 2, you can say, in a VLAN 10. Okay. So now this attacker wants to send a packet to this particular server, and he's not expecting any reply. It's like a DOS attack. He wants to do a DOS attack. In a DOS attack, attacker will not expect a reply. He just want to send the packet. He just want to perform the attack. See how he is doing the double tagging. What he does now, you can see there is a data. In a data, there are two taggings. There is an inner header tagging and there is outer header tagging. So when the data is forwarded to a switch, the switch finds the first outer header, that it understands the packet comes to VLAN 10. After that, after removing the outer header, it finds there is one more header, so it sends the packet to, frame to whom? It sends a frame to the switch 2 or switch 3, you can say. This is switch 3 to the other switch. When a frame comes here, then the task of header 2 or VLAN tag 20 is done, and the packet goes, or the information goes to your workstation in a VLAN 20. So in this way, the attackers can use a double tagging in the switch environment. Okay. But how can you prevent such type of attacks? He will do a tagging based on the information that he has. He already knows that he is in VLAN 10. But what if I change my native VLAN? But what if what if my interfaces are down? Okay. See, I'll not let this guy to connect in a VLAN 10. If someone is an internal guy who is already connected, and if he tries to perform, in that case you have to you need to understand, you have to see, like, is there any type of double taggings going on in your switches or what? You have to do a monitoring. Or else if the attackers are trying to connect, right, in that case what can be done? In that case, need to make sure that all the interfaces are in a shutdown mode, they are in the access mode, and all the switch ports should be in the different native VLAN. It should not be in a same native VLAN. Okay, should not be in a same VLAN. See, mitigating the VLAN hopping attacks. Configure all used ports as an access port so that trunking can't be negotiated across the links. This command you can give inside the interface. Place all unused ports in a shutdown state and associate with them with the VLANs designed for uh, you know used ports carrying no user data traffic. Means, let's say I'll create any VLAN temporarily. I'll create any VLAN, let's say 5, 4, anything I'll create, and that VLAN I'm not using in my network for any data transmission. That is just like temporary purpose. So that VLAN 4, 5, or whatever you have, that is not actually used in my network to carry any information. So put those interfaces, unused interfaces, in that unused VLANs. Don't let your interfaces to be in a default native VLAN. Or if you have a native VLAN, please change that native VLAN to, please make that number 1 as a native VLAN to some other numbers. Like you can create a VLAN 10, you can make that as a native VLAN, right? Apart from that, you can create other data VLANs and put that unused data VLANs to the unused ports in order to avoid the attacks. While establishing trunk link, purposefully configure arguments to achieve the following results. Like the native VLAN is different from the data VLAN. Native VLAN, data VLAN should not be same. You should not use the native VLAN for the communication purpose. In general, what you guys do, we generally configure access at the port 1, port 2, port 3, port 4. By default, there is a tag of a VLAN 1. It means all the communications are happening with the native VLAN 1 itself. And native VLAN is used for data communication as well and for everything. You should not do like that. Native VLAN make it different and data communication VLAN make it different. Okay. When configuring a trunk port, the native VLAN need to be set to a unique VLAN, which is not routable or used elsewhere. To set a native VLAN on a trunk port, this is a command that you guys can use. Switch port trunk, native VLAN, and the number. Guys, am I clear with you? Okay. Now, how many of you guys are aware of CDP? CDP, what is CDP? In our last class also I discussed about CDP, right? Cisco Discovery Protocol. What does CDP do? How does it help you? Tell me, guys. It will basically find the Cisco devices who are the neighbors, right? So by using CDP commands, can you construct an entire network? If you don't have a topology with you, you'll go to all these Cisco devices and you'll give so CDP neighbors command. And by looking their neighbors and their interfaces, can you configure the entire topology? I mean, like, can you draw an entire topology? Isn't it? While I was learning, I used to do that. Let anyone create a topology. I wasn't having an access to devices. And I used to execute so CDP neighbor commands on all the devices, and I used to draw an entire topology. You can do that. Now, what if I connect the unnecessary or rogue type of the neighbors? I'm like false neighbors. That neighbors will never be seen, and I'll see through one port itself multiple the neighbors getting connected. So basically, I'm doing a CDP attack, forming unnecessary neighbors and exhausting my CAM table. Because when I form a neighborship in a CAM table, also it will show MAC addresses, right? So first of all, we'll see CDP attack and how do you mitigate it, and then we'll see DTP, dynamic trunking protocol, and a double tagging attack and their mitigation. So let's go with the CDP attack, like how can you perform the live CDP attack? For this, you can take this type of scenario. Let's say I'll connect one Linux machine. I'll connect one router here. Okay. And I'll be having a DHCP and the internet connection on one of the link. I'll be connecting on this switch. This switch will be receiving an IP address from this particular connection. Okay. So basically my home router will act like a DHCP server, and from there it will receive an IP, and that IP will be assigned on my Linux machine as well through the switch. Right. And the entire communication will make, and we'll see on the switch, we'll see the neighbors. We'll see who is actually neighbor right now. Okay. So when I configure this particular router here with an IP address or anything, and on the switch, when I go and say so CDP neighbors, then I must see this router as a single neighbor, right? And this will have my Linux machine. That's not a Cisco device. So let's do, okay, let's perform this attack step by step. I have given in this document also. Let's go to VMware, open it. Let EVNG come up. Here I can create one lab called as a L2 attack. I'll add one switch. Let me see, do I have a Linux machine? Okay. I don't have a Linux machine over here. I have to update. I mean, like I have to upload those images. Just give me a second. This is Kali Linux. I'll drag it on the other side inside my EVNG and let it get uploaded. Yeah, I'll share, not an issue. I have publicly given access to all the Google Drives, all the images, so that you guys will not ask me anytime about these images. Whatever image you want, you guys can download it from here. See the link and download whatever you want. Let this get uploaded, guys. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, we'll see. Tell me which image have you uploaded, which version? Which version NGIPS you have downloaded and used?
6.2 and 6.3. Both we have tried actually. In fact, that did not work. Even when I was attending an NGIPS class, you have tried the same. It was not working.
It was not working for me or for you?
For you also, and you have made the changes. I mean, like you have put the new image, then it started working.
See, sometimes what happens, uploaded images might get corrupted sometime. Okay. So the same backup what I'm having, that I'm uploading it. Okay.
But okay, because the drive what you have shared, from there only we have downloaded a couple of times and we have tested it.
Sometimes that does not work. Now what I did personally, what I have done, I have created one EVNG with all the images in, inbuilt. I mean, like I first of all uploaded all the images. I took a backup. Okay. In a working state, I have taken the backup, and that backup I use every time. So in that case, everything is working. NGIPS is also working. Windows are also working. That is of 45, 46 GB.
Okay.
So if you want, I can share that, but in my drive, I don't have that space that I can share with you.
Uh, okay. But whatever you drive you have shared, I'm gonna try it now. I think before end of the class, or I can let you know the result.
You let me know. I'll also see. Okay.
Okay, fine. I'll let you know now.
There is one fix up command also. Did you use that fix up command?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. After that also, if it is not working, then I have to share that email. I mean, like EVNG in which I have set all the things. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
But for that, I have to make a space on my drive, 45 GB. We'll see. You see, first of all, right now what's happening. If it's not working, then let me know. Then I'll
Okay.
think. Yeah.
Fine.
Okay. So guys, image is uploaded. Now I'll try to take Linux machine. You can see Linux is active. And this is my Kali Linux. I'll connect to switch. I'll take one router. And here I'll take one external connection, like for internet connection and all. See, internet connection is required to update the softwares on your Kali Linux. Let me start all these devices. See, this Kali Linux, which I'm showing you right now, many tools has been pre-installed. Does not come with when you download the Kali Linux from the offensive site, but when you upload the image which I have given you on the Google Drive, that Kali Linux has pre-installed multiple applications like hacking tools and all. Let all these devices come up first of all. It is asking you for username. Write the username as a root, password test 123. See, it's not accepted. Username give as a root, and password also give as a root. Root as a password. So username also root, password also as a root. And when you get a root logged in, it means you'll have a full privilege. Okay. So right now I can come to our terminal, and here I can say if config if config, press enter. I can see it has received one of the IP address from DHCP, and if I try to ping my destination 8.8.8, I can say I'm able to reach internet. I have a internet access as well. And I'll come to this router and I'll try to configure one of the IP. I'll take access to a switch. So CDP, neighbors. Right now, no one is neighbor. Nothing. I'll come to router, interface G0 by 0 with the IP address 172.16.3.223, subnet mask 24. Okay, no shared, exit. IP route towards 172.16.3.254. Let me check connectivity to my Linux machine 172.16.3.111. I have a connectivity. Let me check an access to 254 gateway and access to internet from my router. I have everything is working fine. So coming to switch, so CDP neighbor, I can see router is connected at the interface G0 by 1, G0 by 0 interface. See, this is local port of the switch and this is the remote port of your device. So switch 0 by 1, I can see switch 0 by 1 and router is connected by G0 by 0. So router G0 by 0. So like this, I can easily draw a topology and see how the entire, country means how the connections are done. I can easily configure that. I can check that. So now I can see a single neighbor is there. Now I'm going to perform the CDP attack. That's like Cisco discovery protocol. I'll form a unnecessary neighborships and I'll exhaust the CDP table on my switch. If I see my neighborship table, it will exhaust, it might crash, it might happen anything. That much CDP neighbors will be there. All right. So along with the CDP neighbors, even the CAM table also will get filled. So if right now this one host router is connected, means one MAC address will also be seen, right? So MAC address table, even one MAC address also I can see, right? You can see multiple MAC addresses coming by Z0 by 2, which is connected at this internet, my PC and my multiple hosts inside my VMware. So multiple MAC addresses are seen at this particular port. So this much MAC addresses are seen on my switch as of now. At G0 by 1, my router's MAC address. My router's MAC address. If you see router MAC address, so interface G0 by 1, G0 by 0. What's my MAC address? This is my MAC address, 00030000. G0 by 1. 00030000. So I hope you guys got the point. And my source CDP neighbor is working fine. And I can see one neighbor is only there. Only one Cisco device has detected. That's my CDP, Cisco Discovery. It's a Cisco's proprietary protocol to detect the Cisco devices. Guys, till this point, am I clear to everyone? Okay. If this is clear, then come to document and follow this document. First of all, you'll update your Linux machine. So what you'll say, apt get update, but make sure you guys are at the root or you are at the hash mode. Okay. So apt get update. Apt get update. Press this, and if your Linux machine is connected with the internet, it will directly connect and it will download the updates. First of all, update your Linux machine. Okay. And when it is done, then you'll execute Vicenia, or you'll try to install the Vicenia application. So you can execute this command. See, it's written here. You can say apt, okay, get install Vicenia. R is silent, so Vicenia. You can give this. In my case, it was pre-installed, so it got updated. But if you have a Linux machine, new Linux machine, in that if Vicenia is not installed, then install this Vicenia. Okay, in this Vicenia, if you want to if you want to see what are the help menus, or if you want to see help menu, then say Vicenia and say -H. -H means it's like going with the help menu. And here you can see -V, -H. This is for help screen. This is for version screen. So Vicenia minus capital V, small v. These letters will matter. Don't think I'll give small v also, then I'll get the same output. You can see version, Vaishania version is 0.8.2. What if I give a small v? A small v does not have any answer. That's basically error over here. So always understand capital small, it's case sensitive in the case of Linux. Okay. Now, if I say H over here, you can see to get the graphical view, what should I type with Vaishania? If I go with G, Vaishania G, then it will go with the graphical mode, capital G. Then it opens an application. See, with the capital, it's a GUI mode, right? This is opening the Vaishania application. So CLI commands are very much important. You can go to the help menu, right? And you can see I have typed Vaishania -Z, right? And you can see currently you can go to a launch attack. Okay. You can see this IP addresses, everything. You can go to the switch and you can see this information. If you go to the switch, you can say so interface the whatever the interface is, it is in with the trunking automatically on. Okay, see this interface G0 by 1. So interfaces G0 by 1 and say switch port. If you give this command, you can see here, like by default, it has a tag of trunking native mode as a VLAN 1, right? Administrative access dynamic auto, right? And negotiation of trunking is on, DTP is on, like that. You guys can see what type of negotiation it will do, .1q. So you can see all these informations enabled, trunking VLANs enabled all, right? So this is this is the way you check all the informations. Now what you'll do on this switch, I can create the VLAN interface also, but if you don't create it also, does not matter. This part you can skip. Okay, this is just to make the connectivity between the switch and the Linux machine. Okay, to perform the attack, you can do this. Okay, so to perform the attack on the switch, I would need one interface. That's why I have given this. Okay, now let's say I'll create one VLAN interface. As I have a native VLAN as a 1, so I'll go to the interface VLAN 1 and I'll configure IP address from the same subnet saying 172.16. Let's say I'll configure 3.33 as an IP address with subnet mask 24, and I'll say IP routing. This will configure it as a layer 3 device, and I'll try to ping 172.16.3.11. That's my 3.111. That's my Linux machine IP. So might be my native VLAN is down. So IP interface brief. You can see my native VLAN is down. So I'll come to my native VLAN interface VLAN 1 and I'll say no shit. In new versions, native VLANs will remain down. So do not assume like a previous versions. So I'll try to ping and it should be able to ping my Linux machine and my the router here. So IP interface brief 223. I'll try to ping from my switch. So I'm able to ping both the devices, all communicating, everything looks good. Now what I'll do, now I'll go to the Vaishania and I'll launch the CDP never ship attack, CDP never attack. So I'll come to CDP, okay, and I must see this interface of the switch through which the device is connected. Now you can see here under the CDP, you can see Ethernet 0, right? Ethernet 0 interface connected here. It will not show you the same interface, but here, yes, you can see one thing. It's a G0 by 0, it's E0, it's Ethernet 0. So through Ethernet 0 on the Kali Linux, it's on adapter as a Ethernet 0. It is detecting here. right? It is showing through this interface I can perform the DTP attack. Sorry, CDP attack, or DTP also I can perform. So right now we are going for CDP attack. Then you have to click on launch attack, CDP, and you can go for flooding CDP table. Flooding means multiple CDPs flooding. So I can come to launch attack, and I can go with a flooding CDP table. So once I click here, before I click here, I'll also put my switch on other side. So CDP neighbors. Yeah, this command, I'll make it ready. And I'll try to perform this attack by sending CDP flooding attack. See, right now, these many unnecessary things are going on. Okay. Now I'll exit it. I'll stop it. See, it wasn't allowing me to work on CD. I mean, like on switch, it was like fully utilized everything. It wasn't allowing me to execute any command. Since I stopped Vaishania, now it helps me. Now, can you guys see when I say show CDP neighbors? Can you see unnecessary neighborships formed here by via this particular port, G0 by 0 port? Can you see tons of neighborships formed using Vaishania? See, there is a huge list just in few seconds. Though it's not a Cisco device, but your Cisco device is forming a neighborship. Okay. Why? Because the attacker has performed such type of attack, telling Cisco device that we are a Cisco device, we are your neighbors. We have a Cisco discovery, the protocols. So it got in a neighborship table. I can see these many neighborships created. Oh my God. I'll skip it. You guys tell me, how long does it hold? Default is 3 minutes. So how many entries happen just in a few seconds, guys? 1330 entries. Have you connected these many Cisco devices on your switch? Your switch does not have that much port also. But the entries, neighbors are how much? 1330. Okay. So CDP neighbors, you can see, even you can see the CPU utilization by giving this command. See, at a time when attack is performed, use this. You will see this much percent of CPU utilization was there. For 5 means currently in every 5 seconds, your utilization will change. Okay. So basically, when you perform the attack at that time, if you check this CPU utilization and all, it will show you highly used. It's like 100%, 99%. It won't allow you to execute any commands also. This is like after, passing some time, we are giving this command. Guys, are you getting this point? Arvind, Ravi, how CDP neighbor attack can be performed? Even if you say so MAC address table, everything I have given in this document. Okay, so MAC address table. Even in a MAC address table, each neighbor's MAC address, tons of MAC addresses you will see. I just skipped it by pressing Control C. Okay, I don't want to go through it, but the interfaces you will see same interface. Okay, so to prevent it, you can either say so, you can say no CDP run, or you must see like after disabling the CDP, it must show you like show CDP neighbors. There should not be any neighbors. So basically, you can execute this command. Currently, my neighborships are there. No CDP run. Am I clear, guys? How would you prevent your switch from the CDP attacks? Okay, rest attacks we'll see tomorrow. Okay. Double tagging attacks, live attacks, we'll see tomorrow. DTP double tagging attack and mitigation, we'll see tomorrow. Today we saw CDP attack and its mitigation on a switch. Yeah, I'll share the document. Wait, hold on. Okay, uploaded. Both the documents uploaded. Yeah, Santosh, I'm stopping my sharing. Please share your screen.
Yeah, this is the error I'm getting.
Nothing can be done. You just go to properties. Sorry, stop this and go to settings of your EVNG. Stop all this. Close all this. Yeah. Show me your VMware. Right click and go to properties. Santosh, what are you doing with so many virtual machines? Is this your production environment?
This is a lab environment. You want me to go to settings?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Click on CPU.
CPU, yeah.
You have given very less number of CPUs. Okay, stop it. Stop this EVNG.
1 second then. Sorry. Okay, now you want me to stop this? Okay. I stopped it.
And go to settings again. Go to CPUs. Increase the number of sockets.
Make it 4. Okay. I hope this will be sufficient, right?
Yeah, this will be sufficient.
Okay. Then fine.
See, actually, Santosh, what happens when you download the EVNG or when you install the EVNG
Mm-hmm.
before starting your EVNG? Okay,
Okay.
you should change RAM and you should change the CPU and the hard drive. I mean, like you should set the hard drive. Once more, go to settings. You know, problem when it starts happening. Go to hard drive. Let's say how many hard drive you have, how much hard drive you have given. You have added two more, 100 GB, 100 GB. Okay.
Yeah, initially it was full and it was not allowing me to.
So this is the place from where initially it starts giving a problem to you. So what I'll suggest, you create one new EVNG. Okay. Don't
Okay.
start it. Don't let it start until you make the changes, or while installing itself, make sure that you have given the maximum CPUs, minimum 12 CPUs or 14 CPUs or 20 CPU, whatever you can afford, right?
Okay.
And RAM above 60 or whatever you can give it, and add the hard drive like 500 or 600 GB, whatever you can give, you give it, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
After giving that, then only start the machine. What happens when you start EVNG and whatever the initial configurations you have given, that is only getting stored, and based on that it works. Okay.
Okay.
Adding the extra resources after starting the EVNG and stopping it and then adding the resources, that actually creates the issue. Okay.
Okay.
So I guess that's what happened to you. Okay.
Hmm.
So right now we increase the CPU size. Let's see if that works. Click on OK and go start it once again. Try to open another new lab. Don't open on the same lab. Create a new lab. Yeah. Yeah, it will come to no network device itself. Yeah, it will repeat same thing. You do
Okay.
the same thing, Santosh, your problem will get resolved. Okay. Your problem.
Because okay, I have done this so many times. That is the reason I have asked you. When I have asked your lab team, they said they asked me to talk to you directly.
Okay, but have you done the way I'm telling?
The way you are telling in a sense,
In the sense, install one EVNG first. You have EVNG with you?
EVNG. You want me to create a new EVNG?
Yeah, new EVNG.
Okay. In fact, we have tried for that as well. That didn't work for us. In fact, we have tried with the peanut and as well as EVNG.
Leave it what you have done. Okay, once can you
Okay.
try in front of me?
Sure, I
I'll
can do it.
I have told to take it as a Ubuntu or take it as a Linux. What?
I just took it as Linux because in my previous version also I took it in the same way. Is it Ubuntu?
Wait, give me a minute. See the lab what I have given. Did you follow the videos which I had uploaded?
Yes, I followed the same, but it
Uh,
was followed almost long back. That's why I forgot.
wait. Just give me a minute. Even I don't remember. It's long back ago. That's why just not to forget, I had made the videos and uploaded. Just give me a second. I guess it was Ubuntu. Yeah, select Ubuntu 64-bit.
Ubuntu Linux, right? Okay.
Hmm. Ubuntu 64-bit taken, right?
Yes.
Uh, Select the maximum RAM you can. No, take a more sockets. Sockets, virtual, what you'll be taking, that's fine. Take 12 sockets and take two here. That is fine. This is fine. Make a maximum RAM you can. Just type it there, directly. Click on 64. Yeah, say next. Add a new hard drive and put in a thin provision mode. Make it 400. Make it 400 or 500 like that. Yeah. Next. Finish. Select that ISO image. Had you done this thing before?
Yeah.
But you hadn't selected the maximum CPU. Even
Yeah, I have
those,
not selected. Right.
yeah, those things will cause a issue. Select that at connect at power on. That wasn't connected. Wait.
Yeah. Forgot. I selected the wrong one. 1 second.
Small issues creates a big issue.
Makes a
Okay.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah. So Santosh, now you install it. It will take
Okay.
some time for you.
Okay.
Configure all IP addresses, everything, and upload the image. I guess this time it will definitely work. You try. Okay.
Fine then. I'll try and let you know.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.